Today's daf is daf lamed. We're going to begin by the Mishnah on daf lamed amud aleph. If a person pours water in Rosh Hashanah, and another person got damaged due to the water, so the halach is chayiv b'niskei. So the person who poured the water is chayiv for the damage. As a case is in the case of a person who conceals a thorn or a piece of glass in the wall next to the Rosh Hashanah, or a person who puts up a fence of thorns, the God person who puts up a fence, and that fell Rosh Hashanah, who's going to achid him? Oh, was that damage to him? Chayiv b'niskei is chayiv to be the damage. Omar now Rav says, the tinful kelim b'mayim. He tells us only when the clothes of the one who slipped were dirty by the water. But if the person who slipped himself was hurt, then potter is potter. The one who poured the water is potter. Why? Because karka ilam is kati, because it's the impact of the ground that injured, not the water. So why should be potter from paying for it? Even if the water is poured, it's considered only even if the water is poured, is considered only like the filth that he tossed in Rosh Hashanah, he should be fine. While since the muddy ground caused the injury, and the mud belongs to him, as a result from the addition of the water, he should be fine. The Gemara says, "Misarvis le'tamu maya." You think that it's talking about a case where the water was not absorbed into the ground? The tamu maya is where the water was absorbed, leaving only the moist dirt. So since there's no mud there, it can be deemed as belonging to the one who spilled the water. He's potter from liability. Why does the Mishnah need two Mishnahs? Turns it out, this halach was already addressed in the previous Mishnah with regards to Nichas Akad B'Shus Rabim. Where it says, Chad b'Misach Chama v'Chad b'Misach Shom. One halach was stated with regard to the case where is in the summer, the one was in the winter. Tanya Kolel shower who pays can be Veisein, the Geitfin Meirisein. With regard to all those people who engage in activities that the Chama state are permitted, those who open their gutters and drain their sewage from the houses of the Shus Rabim, those who flush out the water from their caves, Yisachama in and Rishus, Mesach Shamim Yishlam Rishus in Mesachama. There's no Rishus, Mesach Shamim there's the Rishus. Alf Bishop Rishus, if there's permission, if they damage, Chayov L'Sham L'Chayav to pay. Matrin is a case, a person who conceals a thorn or glass, or a person who puts a thorn, he's Chayav to pay the damage. They taught this only in a case where he projects these obstacles in the Rishus Rabim. But if he restricts them, he is potter. Why? My time at the potter, it's not the normal manner for people to rub against the wall, but to keep a certain distance from them. Therefore, if a pedestrian is wounded by the thorns, it's considered as a einus, for which the owner of the fence is not chayv. Person who conceals his thorns or pieces of glass in another wall. And the order of the wall came in demolished the wall and it fell into the Shusarab. Ezekiel and damage, Chayim, see the person who concealed this Chayim. A rate from the Shal, the case of the wall, they only taught this in a case of an unstable wall. In the case of the body, in the case of a stable wall, must stay a spotted, but Chayim, a case of the owner of the wall is Chayim. Amar Ravina, the Susi Maris tells us, a person who covers his pit, another bucket, a ball about leave, another delay, and the owner of the bucket came and took his bucket. So Chayim Balabran and Balabran is Chayim. Fragment of that's obvious. One of the team also there, the case of the thorns, the order should be potter since he did not know conceal the hazard. There is a halacha, but here in the case of the air, the other he knows how they so he should have informed that he was taking his bucket and he didn't. Therefore, it teaches us that he bears no responsibility for any damage caused. The same. Sidman is don't conceal the thorns and their pieces of glass in the fields that would dig. And they would dig the depths of at least 3 tefachim in order to bury them so that they would not obstruct the plow. Shishis would toss his thorns into fire, and the glass he would toss them into the glass river. There says, the famous thing, a person who wants to be a chassid, the kaimil that is in the zikin, he should learn the Masechta Nezikin. That's to avoid causing damage to others. Rabbi says, Mila de Avis, a person should observe the manners of Pirkei Avos. Or Mila de Brachas, a person should the manners of Sefta Brachas. So the Mishnah Meitzi is Tivnei V'Kasher Rishus Rabim Zvalim. A person takes out straw and his hay to the Rishus Rabim. Uzu ben Acher, So he took it out. He took out his straw and his hay to the Rosh Hashanah to use afterwards as fertilizer. What happened? Another person incurred damage due to them. He's to pay his damage. Whoever takes possession of the hay and straw first acquires them for himself. He says that anyone who places obstacles on Rosh Hashanah and they cause damage, and whoever takes possession of them first acquires them. A person that turns over a dung in the another person got damaged, is to pay the damage. So the word lame masis and liquid build. So we see them just like the tiny build the number shots it says volume. During the period fertilizer is taken out, a person may take out his fertilizer out to the Shusarabim. The saving constellation will accumulate there for 30 days. Kadesh, Nisha, but other particular behemoth that it gets traveled by people's feet and by people's animals. So I'm not kidding here, so Yeshua says, this was a condition that Yeshua was Manchalas. So in other words, people do not have the right to prevent someone from taking an straw to the Shusarabim since they receive their portion of Rashasua following Yeshua's conquest on this condition. So since one has the right to take out a straw, he's not held chayav to pay for the damage caused by it. When it says, if it does damage, he has to pay. Whereas, if a pile of straw on the back of an animal that was passing through catches on fire from a Chanukah lamp that was placed outside, so Allah is potter. The owner of the lamp is potter. They should be rishus because there is, with his permission, my love, just the base. There must be that says rishus based, and therefore he's potter from paying damage caused by it. And the mitzvah. He's potter because his permission granted by performing the mitzvah. Time to be the emir, but potter because the Rosh mitzvah. Tosh Malak says, "Call either from the town the calculation." Any of this that they say that it's permitted to place obstacles in Rosh Hashanah, and if they cause damage, hell l'shalom is chayav to pay. Rabbi is potter evidently. According to Rabbi, if one has the permission of the Beis Din to put an item in the public shoes, he's exempt from paying damage. Or not my sister B'shas says as well. This is not the period of fertilizer is taken out. Rashi says, Tivne v'kashti tanan, we learn in the Mishnah that flat out of straw is hay, mishum de misharki, because they're particularly stupid. Different Rabbi agrees that in the case he's high for paying damage they cause. Whoever requires them is with regard to themselves with regards to the enhancement which took place while they're in the Shushan. Shifchen, I will leave it go for the stadium, and Shifchen leave it go for which is he says, with regard to the value of the enhancement, now with regard to themselves, as he must pay the owner of the straw according to the value of the time that he placed him in the Rosh Hashanah. Like the Bava Kamah Daf, what are they arguing? Of several kinds of goof mishum shivchan. Rav holds that the Chachamim give a kanas the owner by revoking his ownership of the item himself due to the value of the enhancement that he stands to earn by putting them in the Rosh Hashanah. They do not penalize themselves due to the value of the enhancement. Now we learned that a person who turns over dung the Shushan, another person incurred damage to it. And was in this case high for damage. He didn't teach it. This is Tana show let's say if it's both. Tana Allah Surimishim Gazel. We said that it's forbidden said Gazel. So the Gemara says Kiktani Surimishim Gazel, Akulam Asis Koi, so an entire Mishnah Laisi Shkainer's enough of the one who first acquired. In other words, once someone takes possession of them, it's also for anyone to take from them as they are considered because of the Gemara says like Tani Hafi. But is it not taught in this manner else? For the person takes out straw or hay to the Shushan and to use afterwards as fertilizer. Somebody else got damaged. With the Rishon Gazel. So whoever takes it is and it's about the Rishon Gazel. In case a person turns over dung in the Rosh Hashanah, another occurred damage. Today is chayav, but it's forbidden to take possession of it due to the issue against robbery. Or not, it's from the case of dung that you raise a stira. I think that there's a shrach kansu go from Mishum Shifre. However, Dashim is Shavaf Lake Kansu. But that's just a Dibra Emer Kansu go from Mishum Shifre. I'll take consider we give right away the Shimais is Shwafness in an or that we impose a penalty only when it's at enhancement is in value emerges. Tashma, and it called me the Ayadina and Galo. Says from the fact that we spoke about the difficulty of a Rav in the case of Dam, those values not become enhanced, and in the case that I pointed out, the classes impose before there's any enhancement. The fact that I think you understand this. We spoke of dong. This is Mekamei this all in Nachman. Before Nachman resolved the difficulty, explaining that perhaps Rav agrees that there's no penalty in that case. But also the Shana of Nachman, but after Nachman resolves it, equal to the Mirma Gol, is it possible to raise any objection to Rav's opinion for the case of dong? Therefore, no proof can be brought. The regards the document alone with interest as written, and he penalized the lender and gave him like the camera and therefore he therefore collects the principal and the interest. Either made these words or Chomim gave him as a camera, all they said he takes the camera out of the name of the Amar Kemer Zir Amar Kanabanam. Well, for now, I know the Amar Sidarabban. I can like what Avan Hasal, the canon to meditate it. Canon of which is permissible matter, as the Isra applies only to the interest. Can Gufo Kamazik. In the case of the straw, the principle itself causes damage. Therefore, the penalty should relate to the object itself. But the easy is Uziri our Allah. Uziri will tell you, another damn I feel let him I said, even according to the mirror. I can make over the mirror, awesome the Mashas Ksiv the Abadi Shema. When we're making an appraisal of how much money is to be repaid, which include the interest. Allah can the Mazak, but here in the case of the straw, who can say that it will cause damage? So, where says, let me tell me. Sure, we say the Machlekes said, now, the Uzir is parallel to the Machlekes of this Tanan. Right? See, Tim and Kash, the Shusalaran. Person takes a straw and says, the Shusalaran. Hosik ben Achia, somebody else, right down, there's five minutes, it's five, we'll call the man himself, was some drink guzzle, some of them, come back, was Kefay of Masam, we'll call himself, but from the guzzle. Somewhere says, how go for Kash? As you said, call the man himself. And then you say, well, they're Kamar, it's also from Gezel. So what says, Allah of Kamar. Cholak the Memzafan is where is shifted by their enhancement. We are Sun from Gezel, and it's also different Gezel, it's like Gufan. It's going on himself. Well, Sun from Gamil, and after the Gufan, and the Kolak the Memzafan. Therefore, the Tanaim apparently relate the Machlekes as to whether the penalty to these items themselves or just the value of their enhancement. So it says, the Ziri Vada Tanai. According to the Ziri, for sure, it's is Tanai. The Rami, Yelim Tanai. Is the Mechayis Tanaim? Everybody will tell you that the penalty happens themselves due to the value of the enhancement. The argument in the case of halacha b'merinkin. The itmar of halacha is however b'merinkin. Halacha b'merinkin. Ravuna declared fried barley that people ate in their shusarabim as hefker. Avada Rava Amar Afker. Similarly, didn't Avada Afker declare ownerless Slikuta residue from dates? So there says Bishtam Rabbi Bravo Kishmaitz. Granted, according to the Rabbi Bravo, the Allah is according to the opinion of Rosh Hashanah, Rosh really is issued to that effect. According to Ravuna, shall we see that he retract his prior opinion? Where it says Hanu, these orders of the barley, Musan Rabi, they were already forewarned to remove the barley from the Rosh Hashanah, and they did not comply. Therefore, they were penalized by Ravuna declaring publicly that the barley was hefker.